Good morning, boys and girls. It's time for math, and we are going to do Module 4, Lesson 2 today. And in order to do this lesson, you need your workbook. You're going to need a pencil, a straight edge, and if you can, find a circle to trace onto a piece of paper and cut it out. And if you don't have scissors, or if you don't feel comfortable doing that, just find a piece of paper that has a nice square corner like this, and you can use that instead. So what I'm going to do, we're going to be talking about right angles, and we're going to be, our objective for this lesson is to determine whether an angle is equal to, greater than, or less than a right angle. In order to do that, I need to have a right angle to compare them to. So the easiest way to do that is with a circle, to fold it in half. What I have right here right now is a straight angle. It goes straight across. If I fold it in half again, at this corner right here, where these two sides meet, is my right angle. And it has a measurement of 90 degrees, which we don't have to worry about that today, but eventually that's going to become an important number to remember. So here's my right angle template. And if you don't have a circle or scissors to make a circle, if you notice, if I place this into the corner of my square piece of paper, that matches up. So if you have like a Post-it or a small piece of paper, or even the corner of a book, anything at home with that square edge, you can use it as your template. All right, so a right angle is this special kind of angle, like I said, that has a square edge to it. And we're going to learn about two other angles as we proceed today that are called acute and obtuse. The way to make an acute angle, I use my straight edge. Oh, yeah. Well, actually, you know what? I tried that yesterday and it didn't work very well. There is my right angle. I'm going to use this square symbol in the corner instead of a regular arc to show that that is, in fact, a square right angle. An acute angle is an angle. If I take my template and I line up this vertex, the point of the angle, to the point of this angle, I notice that it is actually, here's where my right angle side would be. This is smaller than that right angle. It's inside of where the right angle would be. That makes it an acute angle. And again, I'm going to use an arc to show that that's an angle that I'm measuring. Now for an obtuse angle, I'm going to take my right angle template and line it up this point to the point on my right angle template. And I see that the second ray of this angle goes far beyond where my right angle should be. It's greater than a right angle. That is called an obtuse angle. All right, so these three kinds of angles, a right angle, an acute angle, and an obtuse angle, are the three things you need to know for today's lesson. And I actually forgot that looking ahead at the exit ticket, you also need to know what a straight angle is. And a straight angle is if you had a ray attached to another ray, but in a straight line. If I flip that over, it's the same. That is called a straight angle, and we measure that angle like that. So this isn't just one straight line with a point in the middle. It's this ray and this ray meeting together there and forming a straight angle. So right angle, acute, meaning smaller than 90 degrees or smaller than a right. Obtuse, larger than a right angle. And straight angle, larger than a right angle, but a very special kind of angle that's bigger than a right angle. All right, time to get out your workbook. Open up to the first page of Lesson 2 problem set. You're going to need your right angle template. And remember, you can either cut it out of a circle or just use a piece of paper that you know has a square edge, and a pencil for this first part. Use the right angle template that you made in class to determine if each of the following angles is greater than, less than, or equal to a right angle. Label each as greater than, less than, or equal to, and then connect each angle to the correct label of acute, right, or obtuse. The first one has been completed for you. Get this up here. Sorry, I'm making you dizzy. All right, so I'm going to take this angle, and remember, this corner where these two rays meet is called the vertex. So I take the corner of, or the vertex of my right angle, and I put it onto the vertex of this right angle. But I can't just put it willy-nilly. I have to actually match up one of the rays with one of the rays in my angle. So if I do that, and I'm actually going to switch to my square piece of paper because it's thinner. If I match my vertex to the vertex of this angle, I see that this other ray comes up. This would be my 90-degree ray right here. So if I take that off, that is less than, this ray comes in less than 90 degrees. And so it is on the acute side. Let's take a look at B. If I line up my vertex to one of the rays, I notice that this ray is less than 90 degrees. So I'm going to write less than, and I'm going to draw an arrow from there to acute, because acute is the same thing as less than. Let's take a look at C. I line up my vertex with the vertex of the angle, and I see that the other ray on that angle matches or is equal to my 90-degree corner on my angle. So that is equal to, and that's going to make it a right angle. Let's take a look at D. Take your vertex, match it to the vertex of the angle. Make sure the one ray is in line with your bottom ray, and then you can see that this ray goes beyond my 90-degree angle, so it is greater than 90 degrees. That makes it obtuse. Here in E, now it doesn't matter if the angle, which way the angle is pointing. I just have to make sure I match up my vertex and one of my rays, and then I can see that if this were my 90-degree angle, this angle is beyond it. It is greater than 90 degrees. That makes it obtuse. And let's look at F. I take my vertex, and line it up, and I see here's my one I lined up, and the other one is equal to that 90-degree angle. That makes it a right angle. Down here in G, I take my vertex, line it up with one of the rays, and I see that this time, if this were my 90-degree angle, this is greater than 90 degrees, which makes it obtuse. Here in H, I line up my vertex and one of the rays, and now this ray is greater than 90 degrees, which makes it obtuse. Down here in letter I line up my vertex with the ray. There we go. And this one, It's only slightly smaller, but if you can see, if I were to draw that 90-degree angle, it's slightly less than 90 degrees. So this is less than. That makes it acute. And let's take a look at J. I take my vertex and I line up one of the rays, and I can see that if I were to draw that 90-degree angle, it is inside or less than 90 degrees, which makes that an acute angle. All right, that is the first page of the problem set. You do not have to do the second page, this page with the funky drawing. You are more than welcome to try it. You need your template, and what you do with this one is you go through and you identify different angles. But like I said, it's not mandatory. I'm not asking you to do that. But on the third page of the problem set, they're asking you to construct the following using a straight edge and the right angle template to create an angle that they describe. So this time they want an acute angle. Is an acute angle equal to, greater than, or less than a right angle? It's less than a right angle. So I'm going to start with a point, and I'm going to put down my straight edge, and I'm going to draw a ray. Now I want an angle that is less than 90 degrees. So if I put down my template, and I'm going to write a very small, faint 90-degree line. That would be 90 degrees. I want something that's inside here. So I'm going to put a point here and connect a ray to this point. So now I have an angle, if I take my measurement, that is less than or inside of this 90-degree measurement, or a right angle measurement. Here I need a right angle which is equal to a right angle. So draw your ray, put down a point, draw a ray with your straight edge, line up your vertex to the point, and then you can either use a straight edge or you can use the piece of paper that you have to draw your second ray that connects to that point. And now, remember when we mark a right angle, we put a square inside to denote that it has a square in the corner. An obtuse angle is an angle that is larger than or greater than, I'll use the words that they want me to, greater than a right angle. So I'm going to make my ray by putting a point with my straight arrow, or straight edge, drawing a ray. Now this angle, if I use my template, has to be somewhere out here, somewhere greater than 90 degrees. So this would be a 90-degree angle here. I'm going to try one out here. And then I connect that ray to this point. And now I have an angle that is greater than a right angle, or 90 degrees. Those are the 2 pages I want you to do for your problem set. Now, one thing that they mention in the exit ticket that I'm going to post is they want you to determine what a straight angle is. So I'm going to quickly draw one. I'm going to put down a point. I am going to make a ray. And before I lift that ruler, because I want it to be straight, I'm going to draw a ray that goes out the other side. This is how you get a straight angle. All right, good luck with today's lesson.